Hi, good afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you're at. I don't expect a whole lot of people to see this live, but I'm sure that some people will pick it up later. I'm still working on these finger guards. I got a whole bunch of knives going right now, but I'll show you some more of those here in just a little bit. But I want to finish up on these finger guards because I was showing everybody how to fit these. Here's the one that I was showing you, the very first one that I was doing. Same thing. I know that looks like a very gaseous cut out of a knife, but basically all this is just going to fit in here. And then you're going to silver solder this later, but I want to go over on what you're going to do right now, because this is the part that a lot of things will get messed up. I don't care what level of maker you're at. You're basically, everything you're ever going to do in a knife shop, you're going to have some kind of set of calipers. Whether you get a dial caliper that's just a normal dial caliper. I've had this one for years and years. Or you get this is a really good set that we've been using. I have a couple of digital ones around here that are really cheap. That aren't very good, but this one's actually a pretty good set. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to set these finger guards in. So this one I've already got in there pretty tight. It's the same thing. I've already just kind of drove it in. One thing that you want to make sure that when you get that groove and you cut that thing out, when you cut this out, that this goes all the way to the back of your knife, because there is no going back once you've actually drilled this hole. So we're going to put this back on there, just like that, and I just want to tap it in there just to make sure that it's nice and tight. Now, I have a pin it's the same thing. It's a 4/16 pin. It's the same as these. It winds up being right at 0.093. Well, the drill bit that I'm going to use is 0.094. Gives me just a little bit of wiggle room, but you're going to drill that. And this is why this winds up having to fit so well right now. It's because you're going to drill this. You're going to have to drill through your finger guard into your blade and through the other side. So you got to have a good finger guard has to be nice and tight, but you have to have a good drill bit and get everything nice and flush and get everything nice and tight. Because if you don't, it's going to start trying to guide out or go down, and you're going to have to peen this on there after it's heat treated. So you want to make sure you do that. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you basically on how I'm going to take this over to the drill press and do it. I want to go dead center, so I'm just micing it. It says 0.400, so I'm just going to go 0.2, and I'm going to scribe a line, just light line right through here, and get my center. Now you don't want to get too close to where you made your edge, but you don't want to get too far toward the back of the knife, because then you ain't going to have no room to actually peen it in there, and it's going to put too much pressure on the actual edge of the blade. So you want to move in at least, I'm going to move in just a little bit more than a quarter through there. So I've made myself a little X. There's no way I can get you to see that, but I can mark it. So basically I'm going to do that on every knife, and I'm going to go through right on my X right there. So I'm going to drill a hole right where I made that dot. And I'm going to go all the way through both sides. And I'm going to have this thing tamped in there just as tight as I can get it. And then I'm going to drill that hole. I'm going to do all four of them the same way. I'm going to find, I know all of them is the same size steel. So it's 0.2 on every single one of them. And then I'm just going to scribe that line and get myself a center point on all of them. And I don't have all of them tamped in real tight right now. I'll have to do that right before I drill them. But anyway, I have my center line, and like I said, I went in about a quarter on these, on every single one of them. I'm gonna scribe that line. Now I've got that line scribed on every single one of them. And then I'm going to go drill these, and then I'll come back, and then I'll show you what we're dealing with then. I'll be back in just a little while.